Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal, panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a month.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle with your host, Coach Zay and Coach D Lane. I'm excited for this episode, man. We got a special guest, Robert Taylor, in the house from Oakland, California. We're going to announce the winner at the end of the show for my last pod, winner of the free $25 gift card. We also have another free prize at the end of the show. Listen, stay tuned. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube to win. We got a lot of hot takes for you. We got Kyler Murray commits to football. Man, that's big. We're going to have a reaction from that from me and D Lane. K.HUNT got picked up by the Browns. FLACCO to the Broncos. And our AAF reaction from past weekend.
Let's talk football.
So let's get into Kyler Murray. He commits to football. It's big news. He's been going back and forth with the Oakland A's, or is he going to enter the NFL draft and play football? My initial reaction, I always thought Kyle was going to pick football, only because, one, it's more guaranteed sport. Two, he was the number one player in Texas his whole coming out of high school.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you look at his numbers, they're pretty similar to Baker Mayfield. He threw 45 touchdowns, 7 picks, 69%. Baker Mayfield was 43 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 70%.
Okay.
What was your reaction when you seen Kyle pick football?
Man, to be honest with me, I was a little surprised, especially after I had just watched the little Prime 30 for 30 in Prime. Deion was talking about football over versus basketball and his love for the two. But I just thought he should have went with baseball, man. I don't have no problem with his size. Like I think anybody can play the sport, if you got the heart. But I just felt like with his size, and I'm comparing the two sports, I just thought he'd be a little safer. Safer route would be baseball. But I'm fine with the man playing football. I think he's electrifying. I think he'd be a hell of a quarterback in the pros in the right system.
I believe Kyler Murray made the best business decision. Simple. First round baseball prospects, only 40% make it to the MLB. Sure. If you just look at prospects, let's look at the last few years. To me, I look at Kyler Murray. I think he's a better prospect than Lamar Jackson. Explosion, way better arm. I mean, if Kyler Murray was 6'2", we wouldn't be having this debate. He'd be playing football.
He'd be number one, unquestioned.
So, and I think, players like Baker Mayfield, like Drew Brees, like Russell Wilson have paved the way that we're not going to, just write off a 5'9" QB. Because if this is 2000 or 2001, Kyler Murray, you can play running back.
The only thing is that he's stretching them lines because it's the fact, all right, 5'10", we've seen this. So 5'9", I don't think we've seen this before. I think they said Doug Fleet might have been like 5'9".
Yeah.
And so he's pressing that line already with the height. It's the fact the dude kind of small, bro. I mean, like Baker was what, 5'10", 5'11", but Baker got a little thickness to him.
I think Baker was just at 6 foot.
Okay, but Baker got a little thickness to him though. A little
like
weight.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell. Both of them like
2+.
Okay, yeah, and I believe that he got that baseball weight too. You would just think Murray would have to be a little bigger to hold up as far as the hits. But I think if he gets to the right system in the right place and that can protect him, I think he can do some damage.
What team do you see him being the best fit? We just pick any team right now. It doesn't matter. They got first pick, last pick. What team?
It doesn't matter. Now, I would have liked to see him with New York. Then I think him, Saquon, and OBJ would be electric in New York. The Big Apple, them three. Come on, man. I just don't like the system. Me personally, with Shermer, I like him. I like to see him with somebody else, but I think that would be a nice fit as far as with the weapons around him. Ingram at tight end.
I think the Giants. That's a great fit to me. As far as I think they would need a new coach. I mean, Pat Shermer first year. We'll see. But the thing is with Kyler Murray, I don't think you need to adjust your offense to a Lamar Jackson where he's a running type of QB. He can throw. He can really throw. So
when I say adjust offense and Taylor, I more so mean really protection schemes almost as far as keeping them clean in that pocket. Because that's why I get tired of a lot of these people. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. They say, we got to tailor the offense. He's a thrown quarterback. Most of the NFL, this is a copycat league, first of all. But the NFL gets a lot of these schemes from college football. So that's why you see a lot of these type of running quarterbacks get to the league now and they're actually playing like a Lamar Jackson.
See, I'm on the other end. I look at it like this. I'm 24 years old. The last 20 years, I've seen one team dominating, and that's with a pocket QB named Tom Brady. So to me, it all goes back. Can you throw from the pocket? Do you know the defenses? That's what it comes down to. I mean, name me a running quarterback.
You can't use time, bro.
Okay,
I'm about to kill that argument right now.
Outside of Russell Wilson. Okay, last 20 years, outside of Russell Wilson, who has dominated consistently in the playoffs and Super Bowls. Outside of Russell Wilson won the 2 Super Bowls, and I consider him more balanced. So outside of him,
I was about to say Big Ben, but Big Ben don't stay in that pocket. I know what you're saying. I'm not even going to argue that. I'm more so saying you can't factor and give Tom that much credit. You forgetting who his head coach is. He played for the greatest head coach. So I'm saying some of those Super Bowls and some of those dominant performances you going off of, the defense had a lot of factors, and Bill's game plan had a lot to do with the domination factor you've seen for your past 20 years of your life.
Okay, name me another quarterback that's been in 9 Super Bowls and 6-3.
I can't do that. Come on.
So if I'm a GM team builder, I'm thinking.
So that's what you're saying. That's the mold to get to the tip.
I think that's the most
a pocket quarterback.
Yeah, most consistent. Look at our QBs in the final. Patrick Mahomes, pocket QB. He can move.
Final four.
He's a
Final four.
Look at the Final Four. We had Patrick Mahomes. We had Drew Brees. We had Tom Brady. We had Jared Goff. All pocket guys. Let's see who consistently wins. Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, pocket guy. Mike Vick doesn't have a ring.
You know what it is with me? I just think you gotta have the ability to push the ball down the field. I think the type of passer Lamar is not right now, but if he developed, he can get to that point. Because Mike Vick had a couple good teams in Atlanta. I think they went to NFC championship game.
In
Atlanta. Yeah. Okay, and he had a real good team or two when he was with my Eagles. So I think if the rest of the team makeup is right, as far as you got the right weapons on offense, you got a stout defense, you got a good offensive line, D-line play, especially on the defense, and then running, especially defense. Because you know now in today's game, they try to make it all offense. I think they said last year's Super Bowl was picture perfect of how the NFL would want today's game to be played, as far as high scoring, throwing the ball up and down the field. But this year, we seen in the championships games and in the Super Bowl, defense and being able to run that ball is still a key factor here in getting them chips. So I think pocket passer is A1 and like the best mold of QB to have to lead you the way. But I think you can win other ways. If you just got the other, I feel like if Lamar Jackson's defense keeps it up how they are, they keep the run game right, he develops as a passer. I could see Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. I'll give him a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. And this is why
I have to disagree with you. One, running quarterbacks get hurt. This is a grown man league.
True.
Every running quarterback, Michael Vick doesn't finish the season. I mean, Big Ben barely finished the seasons, you know? So, I mean, we've seen...
Lamar held up this year, though. He elusive. He a different kind of elusive. He more elusive than any other guys we named.
I've never seen a QB progress as a thrower. Either you throw or you can't throw. It's kind of like you come into the NBA, you shoot.
You're right. You're right, man.
Like, am I going to ask Ben Simmons to be a knockdown three-point shooter? No. So I'm not going to ask Lamar Jackson.
I don't know, though, because
Lamar Jackson, he's never passed over, I think 63%. So just one day he's going to come in with a golden arm. You know, it's more of a natural feel.
I think he just got to work on his accuracy, though. You're right. Accuracy. I think more so accuracy is something you can't teach.
Yeah.
That's something I think it's either you got it or you don't. What's the other quarterbacks?
And that leads, I mean, I'll say that leads us to Lamar Jackson. Obviously, the Ravens chose him, and he's the franchise leader. Going him. We made the playoffs. So, what is your reaction to Joe Flacco to the Broncos? Was that a good trade? Who's the winner in it?
Who's the winner? The clear, obvious winner is the Ravens. They got rid of that contract. I think he's due over 20-something mil. For sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Flacco, because he was like the highest paid QB like just about 4 seasons ago. But they got rid of the last year or two of that contract, so that's great. And then they're stepping into their new wave, man. Their new dynasty with Lamar. That's what they're going with, and they're making it clear with this trade. But I think the Ravens for sure won the trade by getting off his contract off their books.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. I think they're all in now on Lamar Jackson. We want to play defense, run the ball. You know, play hard-nosed football up there in Baltimore. I think the Broncos, since John Elway became general manager, I think they're kind of desperate right now. I mean, after Peyton Manning, they've gone through QB after QB, and it's been miss after miss. To me, Joe Flacco, it's hard to judge him. To me, he almost gets that Jay Cutler feel where I'm going to try some games, I'm trying not, you're making so much money. I mean, if I'm making $20 million, I'm not working like an undrafted free agent. The special ones do. So I don't know what you're going to get out of Joe Flacco. If I'm the Broncos, I think they're going to trade like a 4th or 5th round pick.
That's what they traded him, a pick?
Yeah. Low, and it's not a high pick. I'm still going drafting QB, high in this draft because
Okay. See, I see Flacco on the same side as you as far as the downside of his career, but I think he could be a solid vet QB at this point for the team, for a team in need of a QB. They need to get rid of Keenum. Keenum is due $18 million this year coming up, so that's almost $40 million tied up in quarterback contract. When you gotta get rid of him, after they get rid of him, I just think they need to let's see here, Flacco. Do you think he'll do better than Keenum did this year, as far as a starting quarterback?
No, I mean,
they went 7-9 this year and just missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I think the Super Bowl odds for the Broncos were 60-1. They traded for Joe Flacco. They're still 60-1. I believe it's just the Broncos have, since Panamania left, they kept putting a Band-Aid on the QB situation. You can't, you're going to have to draft a QB and be successful, unless you can hit on these free agent quarterbacks. But John Elway, the GM, has showed he hasn't. So
yeah, he really hasn't shown the ability to draft one.
I'm looking at the Broncos as, just a 6-7 win team, and that's what they'll be until they have a real QB.
They had a kid from Ole Miss a couple years ago. They had drafted him late. The kid that beat Bama, beat Bama, I think, once.
He did?
Threw for 4 or 5 yards on Bama. Chad Kelly.
Oh, yeah, Chad Kelly, yeah.
I thought he was solid coming out.
He's been arrested.
Okay, he got back.
Because he got kicked out of school. Okay. He's a mess. One of those rich kids. But so also action this week, we had K.HUNT got signed by the Browns. Coach D-Lane, what was your reaction when you seen K.HUNT get picked up?
Man, I told you on Twitter, man, I was pretty ticked off because I thought my guy, Howie Roseman, was going to go pick him up, man. I wanted my Eagles to get this guy. He's on his rookie deal. We need a running back. And me personally, I'm just not sold on Ajayi being that star running back. He's a solid running back, but I'm looking at our conference now. You got Saquon, you got Zeke. You need a running back in that conference, man. And I thought he would have been perfect with us. But I like the Browns pickup. My one question mark was I didn't think they really needed him, though. It's almost like an embarrassment of riches now because I got Chubb, who I really like, all the way dating back to his college days at Georgia with who he played with. He played with Todd and Sony Michel. I like him. They got him and Duke Johnson, so I just didn't see where they needed him.
I see where you're coming from. I think because we know K.HUNT is going to get hit with suspension. So I think their idea is like, look, we know he's probably going to get with 4, maybe 8 games. You can hit a woman.
He already missed a few games, so it might be like 4. But I know what you're saying. He's going to get some time.
He's going to get some time. I think, if you can get, you got a 23-year-old elite running back on the market, why not? I'm kind of old school out Davis with me. I don't care what you do off the field. It's a business. Can you ball? If you can ball, I want you on my team. As long as not a locker room cancer. But I think it was a great pickup by the Browns. They got Mayfield. Definitely shows he can be that franchise QB. If you got special running backs. You can run the ball all game. So I don't think they're going to have K.HUNT the whole season. The suspension is going to come at some point. Nick Chubb's a beast. They got Duke Johnson still. So I think it was a good pickup. I think a lot of teams could have gambled. My Raiders could have used him. I think he'd been perfect in John Gruden's offense. But, a lot of we're living in a world now.
I don't think he would have meshed well with John. As far in the locker room or off.
Kareem, I saw the video. Countless times you got
I don't condone what he did, but the man gotta make
He's only 23.
And I believe in second chances. So, clearly he showed some type of level of remorse towards the victim or towards the situation that happened, and then he made sure to make that evident clear with the Browns so they could be able to even pick him up at this point.
No, I agree. And I think the one thing in sports that you always see is, after you make a mistake, if your greatness on the field or on the court outweighs what you did, people forget about it. We forget about what Kobe did. We forget about Ray Lewis. We forget about what Ben Roethlisberger had 2 rape cases settled. We forget about those things because they're that great of a player.
Sure.
So Michael Vick had the Dogs, but we don't remember Michael Vick had the Dogs. We remember him that number 7 Falcons, the Eagles. So I'm excited to have Robert in the house, man, from Oakland, California. Played safety at Washington State. Went to Deer Valley High School and played at CCSF. Man, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, man. Thankful for my guys to be here, having me here on this show, on this set. Spent a lot of time with both of them, so, it's a good deal.
I don't appreciate Jose. You missed out on that Castro Valley year, though, man. You got to throw that year in high school, man. We made history together. Me and Rob did some things that year.
Was that your best year in high school?
I don't know. You got to
Well, individually, stats wise, yes. You know, I did my thing my junior year. The offers started rolling in. I went farther though with my Deer Valley squad, deeper down in the playoffs. So, you know, I had great 2 years at both schools.
Man, I mean, me personally, you know, I've seen Robert play since we was young, man. We both played San Andreas Crusaders. To see him grow as a player, man, has been amazing from Pop Warner High School to college. You know, always been a fan, it's all love. So, but let's get into it, man. How was playing ball at Washington State?
Hey man, it was everything you could dream of. You know, like you said, coming out of Deer Valley, I actually took my scholarship to UC Davis. Didn't like it there. You know, bumped head with a couple of coaches, and I decided to leave my scholarship and pursue my dream to playing Division I ball at a higher level. And you know, to this day, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. A lot of people, you know, scolded me for making that decision because you don't see too many people leaving schools that, you know, is getting paid for them. You know, it was a risk I took on myself, and I stand by that. So, playing at Washington State, you know, coming out that tunnel, those first couple of games, playing in those big games against USC on a Friday night on ESPN, you know, you live for those kind of moments. So, it was great, man. Got everything I wanted to out of it, and yeah, to be in the situation that I'm in right now, you know, it's a blessing.
Brother, I want to ask you one question about a stop that all three of us have took in our past. We kind of touched on it in the last episode, but the junior college route. Can you explain that decision? How was that process for you? And then try to give us a little background on your time in junior college.
Yeah, definitely. Junior colleges was one of the best decisions I've ever made. There, I was able to grow. I was able to learn more about the game. It was a humbling experience because I wasn't on scholarship no more. So I had to get a little extra job to get some cash in my pockets. I was taking BART, you know, an hour across the way to San Francisco to go to school and practice, and then we're taking BART back. You know, I'm tired and I still got to get some change in my pockets, and still got to make it work. And, you know, I was stressing because if I don't get a scholarship to another school to transfer, what am I left with? You know what I'm saying?
You almost
So
kind of betted on yourself.
I'm betting on myself. So
I remember you calling me, telling me before you did the decision, man.
Exactly.
Like, you might have to just bet on yourself on that one.
Exactly.
Smart
So,
move.
you know, there was no other option for me to do than grind. I had to pass 22 units my spring semester in order to go D1 after I already got my scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I never grinded out of school that much. And man, JUCO teaches you a lot about life, man. You grow a lot. It makes the Division I process so much easier. You see a lot of young guys come in as freshmen, and I was already a vet. And you know, you see them fold because you know they get too into the college life, and you know, school becomes hard for them, and they can't balance things. And JUCO teaches you how to be a grown man and balance your life, and you know, it's one of the best things.
That's why all our young athletes out there just didn't sign, because we know National Signing Day just passed. So
Yeah, man.
I hope y'all take that message you heard, man. Run with it.
Don't ever be discouraged to go JUCO, man. It does wonders for a lot of people, man.
No, definitely. JUCO opens so many opportunities, like you touched on. I feel like you grow up faster, and it gives you that. You know, I think the word, I feel like dog is used a lot with JUCO because you don't have special tutors and stuff for your classes. You got practice, and your practice is surrounded by your class schedule. It's practice is when practice is. So you take a night class after. Like you said, a lot of people have extra jobs. You know, there ain't no free gear, none of that. Nice. So, I mean, to make it out of JUCO and play Pac-12 was a big success. So, at your time at Washington State playing ball, what was your favorite moment that you play, game, in college?
Oh, man, that's tough. Not really, though. So, my junior year, you know, I do kick return as well, hence the, you know, Twitter name, the social media names. I do kick return. So, I was able to we were down 10 against Arizona State, and I ain't gonna lie, like, the game was crazy. You know, the fans was in it. You know, it was one of those kind of games, and everybody, you know, was, Arizona State, my bad. Arizona State was on us, you know. They was playing good. Kalen Ballage, he's on the Dolphins right now. He just broke out for like a 67-yard run. All momentum's against us. And they kick us the ball. You know, I catch it in the end zone. Usually my coach tells me, you know, if you catch it deep in the end zone, take a knee. I caught that thing at like 104. I was like, bro, I'm taking it. And then everything collapsed. I spun up out of there, made it down the sideline, gave one dude a move. Kicker came, hesitated him, tiptoed down the sideline, and, you know, kept it moving. As I'm running to the end zone, I'm just like, damn. Like, you know, this is an experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lit. I'm juiced. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then as I cross that end zone, no flags, because that's the main thing you be worried about, especially on special teams, no flags. And I was just like, damn, like ran back and kicked. You feel me on ESPN? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I just remember social media blowing up and stuff like that, because college. I played defense, so you scoring a touchdown, in college football, that's big. You know what I'm saying? That's big. Pick six, fumble recovery.
I got me one.
Yeah.
That's big.
I remember it's big. It's a different feeling, and being able to do that, bring us up 7-10. We shut them down again on defense, and then we just start running it up on them, and then we end up winning that game, man. So after that, I'd say that's one of my biggest experiences.
Let me take it to the DB play a little bit here, brother. For me, first of all, what's your top 3 traits you think a DB should have? Mine is your eyes, ball skills, and you gotta be able to tackle well. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree with those. Eyes is very important. Tackling skills, if you're a safety, you for sure got to tackle. You the last line of defense as a corner. You just better make sure you do something to get that man down. And then what was your third one?
I said ball skills.
Ball skills. Yeah. Ball skills is definitely that's definitely important as well. I mean, that explains the perfect DB. Look at a guy like Jalen Ramsey. He has all 3. But if I could say the best 3 characteristics a DB could have, definitely be eyes. I'm gonna say tenacity, and then ball skills. Yeah, you gotta have ball. If you can't play the ball, man, a lot of plays is gonna be made on you. So
definitely. Yeah, Robert. He's defensive player, D-lane defensive player. I played offense. I feel like as an offensive player, number one thing I feel like going against good DBs I saw was patience. I'm throwing all these different moves at you at the line, this and that. And when you play a DB with amazing patience, I would say it can get frustrating at receiver because, I think that's number one. But
I think the patience fall into your trust and belief into your technique as well. I played with a guy, Harlan Miller. I think he was with the Cardinals. He played with me at Southeastern. He went 3rd round, I think, but ran like a 4.7, I think, at the combine, but super technical, like real technician, And I think when you have that belief in your technique, it allows you to be patient. It allows you to wait at the line of scrimmage to get your hands on the DB play, have your eyes on hips in the right spot. So just having that discipline, being within your stuff.
I'll take one of those back. I'm gonna add discipline on there as well.
Okay.
Because you gotta
that
be
fall in my
eyes.
Patience as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I play too, being disciplined, definitely.
So you had a great career at Washington State. I mean, I remember that kick return. My first thought was, I didn't know Ron could fly like that. I knew he was fast, man. I didn't know you could fly like
A
that.
lot of people say that, but I'm fast though, man.
We see that. That speaks for itself. And that's going to tie us into, last year, continuing out, trying to get into the league. You had a pro day last year, and this year you got another pro day coming up. But I know you spent some time with the AAF. How was that experience? And, how was that being around that for a moment?
Well, as you said, I signed with the AAF, and as long as it was, it was something cool. It gave me another opportunity. I felt like to go showcase my skills and get that chance to play again at the next level. Because after pro day, I talked to 9-10 different teams, and draft day came, didn't talk to nobody. Got rid of that agent because she didn't do her job. But after that, did the combine for the AAF down in LA, ran a 4.4, signed with the Arizona team. Fastest DB there. Signed with the Arizona team. Time went on, I trained for that. And then went in for mini camp. We had mini camp. And pretty much what the league. So about the AAF, what I'm gonna say is the league is for what they brought up about is, for guys that didn't get their shot out of college or guys that just got in the league and they want to, try to get back in it, to help those guys out. But what I feel like it is, I mean, I seen a stat in the game the other day, and it said 81% of the guys have signed NFL contracts already. So that was just something to get the kids out there. And, I'm thankful for what they did. I think they went about it the wrong way. I didn't even get a chance to put pads on to show them I could play football before them.
Brother, you told me, like I said, I thought it was supposed to be a developmental league. So I'm thinking we got fresher kids fresh out of college that should be given these opportunities and chances, not these 6-year vets. Like, you can't really develop no 6-year vet to me.
I think the AAF should be more modeled around like how the G League, D League is the NBA.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So you have that development. You know, if you're a practice squad guy or made through training camp, you're not put on pad. I mean, you know, you're not in NFL. It's not real contact anymore. So you can go 2 years without tackling someone and expect to perform. So we'll see where it goes. I think if it gets that D League, it's kind of that NBA format, I think it'll be great for the league. If not, I think it'll just turn into CFL or the arena ball type of stuff. So
what they said is it's a complementary league. They don't want to call it a development league. That was one of the things they focused on.
So is the NFL attached with it? Or
They're working hand in hand with the NFL. You know, they want players to get out. You know, one of the things I turned down the CFL to go to the AAF because CFL, you do a 1-for-1 deal or you do a 2-year deal, and then with the AAF, you get a 3-year contract, signed $250K, and you have an NFL out clause in the contract. So that's what I was looking at. I was like, okay, that's something I want to do. Make some quick money, doing the sport I love, and then had a chance to go play in the league right after that. So, still looking back to it.
Prefer man or zone, and why?
Man.
Man.
I prefer man to man.
You like it? Okay.
Man to man.
I like that too.
Man.
Me versus you.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the way to go. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show, Robert, on the pod, man. It's good to have you. Best of luck, upcoming pro day, man. I know you'll get your shot. You got the speed, you got the ability, and like I said,
put this man in pads, man. Watch what my brother do, man. You just gotta put the boy in pads.
Don't let the size fool you. Anybody that played Southern Crusaders can hit. Period. Period. So.
This is the Bay Area, so everybody know about them Samuel Crusaders.
East Bay Warriors, who's better?
We got
East
better
Bay talent.
Players come to us and get cut.
We might have a segment. I don't want to argue about that. We might have a segment for that later.
Man, appreciate y'all for having me. Like I said, man, I love what y'all about to do with this, man. See great potential and look forward to speaking with y'all when I get on the road with everything. So
we'll definitely have you back up, man, when you sign on, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
But let's get into it. Like I said, we're gonna announce the winner of last week's episode. D-Lane.
My guy Daniel Gutierrez is the winner. It's my guy out of CV, man. So I think I got his number. He know what touch bases. I'll make sure I get that to you, Daniel. Thank you, man. You touched all 6 of our Super Bowl MVPs for the Patriots Super Bowl wins. You got all 6 correct. So we will be getting that to you.
Good job. And that's a cool thing when we give out prizes. We drop them off personally. Want to just thank you for supporting us and listening to our pod. So the next week winner, like I said again, you got to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The question to win a $25 Visa gift card is, what year did the NFL start electric time 40s at the Combine? Again, what year did the NFL start electric time 40s at the Combine? Get the year right. First person to like, subscribe, comment will get a free $25 Visa gift card. And man, I think that kind of sums us up for tonight.
Yeah, man. I think next week we might have 2 guests for you. We got 1 secure for now. We might have 2 on the show for you next week. But thank you for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
Still went for it.